a small village called Umudim. There was a young boy named Chike. He was just 10 years old, but his eyes had seen many pain. Then, many grew men. Chike home was a small mud house with a little roof. He lived there with his mother, Amaka, and his younger sister, Ada, who was only 4 years. Their father is no more when Chike was 6 years old. It was a bad sickness that took him away one rainy night. Since then, life became very hard for them. Amaka tried her best to feed and clothe the children, but there was a many days that went to bed hungry. Chike loved school, but he stopped going because they could not pay the small fees. The teacher once came to ask for money, and when Chike's mother could not pay, the teacher told Chike to stay at home until they could bring something. But Chike was not like other children. He did not complain, he did not shout, he did not beg. When he was sad, he would quietly walk into the rain, stand by herself, and cry. One cold afternoon, the sky turned dark. The villagers knew rain was coming. People rushed into their home, pulling their coats and chicken inside. Chike saw the cold, but did not run. He walked slowly to the mango tree at the end of the road and stood there. And then the rain came. It was heavy. It was cold. But Chike just stood there, his face lifted to the sky, tears mixed with the rain. He cried not because of the cold. He cried because his mother had no food again. That day he cried because Ada asked for rice and there was none. He cried because a rich boy in the village laughed at his tear clothes. He cried because nobody cared. The rain became his friend, the only thing that could hide his tears. A woman passed by with her umbrella, saw him and shouted, Chike, what are you doing there in the rain? You will catch cold. But Chike just shook his head. I'm okay, auntie. I'm just waiting for the rain to finish. The woman shook his hand and walked on. She did not understand. That night, when Chike returned home, his mother was sitting by the broken stove, trying to make fire with little wood. The house was dark, the roof dropping water in three corners. Where have you been? Amaka asked gently. I just walked around, Chike said, avoiding her eyes. I was worried, she said, pulling him close. It's dangerous out there. Next time, don't go too far. I'm sorry, Mama. She smiled weakly, brushing his wet hair with her hand. I managed to get Gary from Mama Nkechi. We will drink it. Chike nodded. He sat beside his sister and took the small cup of water. Gary. His stomach was still empty, but he said nothing. He drank slowly, so Ada could have more. As the days passed, Chike continued to cry in the rain. Every time it fell from the sky, he would go out and stand under it. The villagers began to notice some laughed, some whispered, some called him strange. Why does that boy always stand in the rain? He's mad. He wants attention, but nobody ever asked why. One day, Chief Obi, the richest man in the village, drove past in his big car. It was raining, and he saw Chika again, standing alone in the rain. He stopped the car. Hi, boy, he shouted. Chika looked up slowly. Why are you crying in the rain? Chika wiped his eyes and shook his head. I'm not crying, sir. It's just the rain. Chief Obi frowned. You look hungry. Where are your parents? My mother is at home. My father is no more. The chief looked at him for a long time, then drove away without saying any word. The next day, Chief Obi sent someone to bring Chike to his house. The boy came, shy and afraid. His clothes were still wet from the last night's rain. Chief Obi sat him down. Tell me something, Chike. Why do you always stand in the rain? Chike looked down. His voice was small. Because when I cry in the rain, no one can see my tears. Chief Obi was quiet. Chike continued. My mother tries her best, but it's hard. We have no food, no school, no one helps. I cry in the rain because the rain understands me. Chief Obi said nothing for a while. Then he said, you are a brave boy. You speak like a man. He gave Chike a small piece of food and sent him home with a promise. Come back tomorrow. I want to see your mother. Chike's heart beat fast as he ran home. His mother was surprised to see the food and even more surprised when she heard that Chief Obi wanted to meet her. The next day, Amaka dressed in her clothes, wrapped and walked with Chike to the big house. Chief Obi welcomed them kindly. Madam, he said, your son is special. He is quiet but strong. I want to help. From that day, things began to change. Chike returned to school. Chief Obi paid the fees. He bought clothes for Chike and Ada. He gave Amaka small business money to start frying akara in front of her house. For the first time in years, there was food on the table. But Chike still went into the rain sometimes. Not to cry, just to remember. Because in the rain he found peace. The rain had been his only friend during the hard times. Now it was like a brother to him. One day, while it rained, Chief Obi saw Chika again, standing in it. This time he smiled. You still love the rain, he said. Chika nodded. The rain listened to my tears when no one else did. From that day, whenever it rained, Chike did not feel sadness anymore. He felt clean, like someone sitting beside an old friend. Sometimes he would stand in the rain and smile. The same villagers who once whispered and laughed now greeted him with respect. Chike, you have grown tall. Ha, the rain boy. Come and help me carry this basket. Even the same children who once mocked him now wanted to walk with him, play with him, talk to him. Chike had changed, but he remained humble. He did not talk too much. He did not show off his no clothes. He still gave Ada the biggest part of any meal. And every time he received pocket money from Chief Obi, he would give his mother half. One day something unexpected happened. Ada fell sick. It started with a small fever. Then her eyes turned red. Then her body became weak. Amaka took her to the village nurse, but the medicine did not help. She became worse. The small house that was once full of new hope now turned quiet again. Chike sat by his sister every night, holding her hand. He did not know what to do. His heart beat fast every time she coughed. One evening, when it started to fall, Chike stood up. He walked outside. He stood under the same mango tree and he cried again. This time the tears came with loud sob. Please, he whispered to the sky. Please don't take Ada. I have nothing else. She's the only light in my life. Please, let the rain wash her sickness away. He cried like he had never cried before. Even the thunder seemed to listen. Then he felt a hand on his shoulder. It was Chief Obi. He had driven by again and saw Chike in the rain. What is it, my boy? He asked gently. Chike fell to his knees. It's Ada, he cried. She's very sick. Ma is trying, but we don't have money to take her to the hospital in time. Chief Obi did not wait another second. He picked up Chike and drove straight to Chike's house. He took Ada into his car and drove her to the hospital in the next town. For 3 days, Ada stayed in the hospital. She was very weak. The doctor said it was a serious infection and she was likely to have come in on time. Chike and his mother stayed beside her, sleeping on benches, eating little, pray hard. And finally, on the fourth day, Ada opened her eyes and smiled. Mama, she whispered. Chike tears of joy filled her eyes. She was going to be okay. Chief Obi paid all the bills without saying a word. You are my family now, he said. Week passed. Ada returned home. Healthy, I'm strong. Chike went back to school with no fire in his eyes. He started doing very well. His teacher noticed him. They said he was the best in his class. One day the school had a speech competition. Each child was to tell a personal story. Chike stood on the stage. He looked at the crowd. His teacher, classmates, Chief Obi, his mother, and Ada. And he began. My name is Chika. I'm the boy who cried in the rain. Not because I liked the rain, but because the rain was the only one that listened to me. When I was hungry, I cried in the rain. When we had nothing, I cried in the rain. When nobody saw me, the rain saw me. But now I no longer cry in the rain because someone said to ask me why. The hill went silent. Then everyone clapped. Some people cried that the Chika story changed more life than he could imagine. Many villagers he had once ignored poor children began to notice them. People started helping each other. More mothers feed children that were not theirs. Men give chop to widows. The village slowly became a better place. And it all started with a boy who cried in the rain. Years passed. Chike grew up and finished school. He became a teacher. Then he opened a free school for orphan and poor children. He called it Rain of Hope School. And on the school gates, there was a big sign with his word. Sometimes a child is not crying for fun. Sometimes they are just waiting for someone to listen. He never forgot the pen, but he used it to build something good. And every time it rained, he would still go out for a short walk, left his face to the sky and smile, because now the rain no longer hide his tears. It celebrated his strength. Many years later, the village of Umudi was no longer the same. The small wood roads were now cleaner. Children run to school in uniforms, their faces bright with hope. In the center of the village stood a tall building, Rain of Hope School. People came from nearby village just to see it. Some came to register their children. Some came just to look at the sign on the wall. One rainy afternoon, a little girl named Ziba ran under the school roof, crying. She had lost her book, and her classmates had laughed at her. She sat on the wet step, crying softly. Then a soft voice spoke behind her. Are you crying in the rain too? Ziba looked up. An old man with kind eyes stood above her, holding an umbrella. Yes, she said. They called me a bush girl because my book is torn. The old man bit down and gave her his umbrella. I once cried in the rain too, he said, but the rain is not just for pain. Sometimes the rain makes things grow. Ziba looked confused. Grow. Yes, he smiled. Even broken things like dreams. It branked. Are you Mr. Chike? He laughed gently. Yes, I am. Ziba smiled. Through her tears, my mama said you were the boy who cried in the rain. He stood up and searched his hand. Come, let's find you a new book. And as they walked inside the rain, kept falling softly, not as a cover for pain anymore, but like music, like a blessing. Because now, in Omude, no child ever had to cry alone again. Yes, past Chika grew old. His hair turned green, his hand grew weak, but his heart remained strong. Every time it rained, he would walk slowly to that same old mango tree, now taller and stronger, and sit gently watching the raindrops fall. Children from the school would run to him laughing. Grandpa Chike, it's raining again. Yes, my children, he would say, smiling. The sky is weeping, not with sadness, but with joy. He had taught over 2,000 children. By then, children from broken homes, children with no shoes, children who once cried in the dark, but none of them cried alone anymore. One day, the government came to the village to honor Chike. They bought cameras, books, awards. They called him the rain teacher and gave him a gold gift. But Chike hid the microphone and said something simple. I'm a great man. I'm just a small boy who wants to in the rain and hope someone would care. Please listen to the child around you, even the quiet ones. Their pen may be silent, but their hearts are loud. The whole village stood and clapped. Tears felt many eyes because everyone remembered the boy who once stood in the rain crying alone. One morning when Chika was very old, it rained again. He sat under the mango tree alone. He looked up, smiled, and whispered, thank you, rain. You never left me. That afternoon, Chika passed away in his sleep. No pain, no peace, just peace. The villagers wept, but they also rejoiced because they know Chika had returned to the rain. And every time it rained after that day, children in Omudu would smile. Look, Grandpa, Chike is visiting us again.